Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2018 action thriller Den of Thieves, a film that is written and directed by Christian Goodgast, and it stars Gerard Butler, Pablo Schreiber, O'Shea Jackson Jr. and 50 Cent. Now this is a film that I was aware when it was released, when it came out in 2018, but it's a film that I kind of chose to ignore when it came out. It wasn't a film that particularly interested me. I didn't think the trailer looked that interesting, and I just kind of thought, not bothered. And a few of the reviews that I did see was kind of comparing it to the Robert De Niro Al Pacino film Heat. Said it was almost like a shot-for-shot remake of that film in some parts. So I thought, I don't really want to see a remake of Heat. How can you improve on that film? It's pretty much perfection. So I didn't watch it. But after recently watching Gerard Butler's Fallen films, Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen, which I quite enjoyed, I've just reviewed them on the channel with a triple review. I saw this and bought it and thought, well, I'm going to give it a go now. It was fairly cheap, so I thought, well, I'm going to try it out. And I was quite impressed with this film, I've got to say. And what is this film about? Well, this film focuses on it is very much like Heat, and you've got two different sides. You've got Gerard Butler's side. He's got a crew of police officers that's like this gang, this really brutal set of police officers that don't mess about when they take down criminals. They're almost the borderline criminals themselves. And then you've got Pablo Schreiber's crew of criminals who are like these bank robbers, highly sophisticated bank robbers. And essentially the film pits them against each other, and there is this massive bank job at the end of the film, the Federal Reserve in Los Angeles, I believe it is, and Pablo Schreiber's crew are going to try and take that down and get away with 30 million if they can, and it's up to Gerard Butler's gang of police officers to track them down and take them out. So what did I think of this film? Well, like I said, I quite enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was really well made. Yes, I think the comparisons to Heat are fair. There are a lot of beats in this film that are ripped directly from that film Heat. Anybody that says differently, I think, has never seen Heat, I would suggest. Right at the beginning, the crew, when they take down this armoured car, it all goes wrong and they have to, somebody kills somebody, so they kind of take them all out. Down with Gerard Butler and his family troubles. I mean, it is very similar to Heat, but it feels different enough to make this feel fresh, if you like. I thought the blurred lines here between cop and criminal were excellent, because at times in this film you were rooting for both of these. There was, this crew of bank robbers. They don't really want to kill anybody, not really, but they will do it if they're forced to do it. And you do at times find yourself rooting for them, especially this bank heist they try and pull off at the end. You're kind of thinking, well, if they get away with this without killing anybody, good luck to them, I suppose. But then you remember what they did at the beginning of the film and how brutal and ruthless they were in killing people, and you think, well, okay, yeah, they can't get away with this. And then the blurred lines between Gerard Butler's crew and these criminals is very fine lines here, and you're not sure at times in this film who to root for, and I think that balancing act, this film carries it off perfectly. I thought Gerard Butler was excellent in this film, a real powerhouse performance by him. I thought he was really good as Big Nick O'Brien, like the leader of this renegade cop crew gang, whatever you want to call them. Really well cast. But other than that, I think one of the main things that lets this film down is some of the other casting. I think because you've got this really powerhouse performance and really strong character leading the cops, it needed somebody similar for the bank robbers, and what we have is Pablo Schreiber's Ray Merriman. I think Pablo Schreiber does a good enough job. There's nothing wrong with his performance. It just didn't feel charismatic and a big enough presence to be a direct comparison to Gerard Butler's character. Similar to, and I keep making this comparison, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. I mean, you couldn't separate those two characters. They were very, very similar. They were just opposite sides of the coin, and that didn't necessarily feel the case in this film. They were kind of, I think Pablo Schreiber was a little bit miscast. I think it needed a stronger personality. And 50 Cent, make of what you will with 50 Cent in movies. I'm not really a fan. I just think he mumbles quite a lot, his lines in his films. I couldn't understand. So he's very low and mumbly when he talks in films, and he's got a decent enough presence, but leave the acting to thank some of the actors, 50 Cent, because I don't think he's a particularly strong actor. The action here, when we get it, is really well done, really loud and brutal and fast and dirty and gritty and grimy. It feels like everything you see in this film, feels real. It doesn't feel like it's just been put on screen to make it look better. Like the action and all that kind of stuff, and the effects, it feels very low key in regards to the effects. It feels like everything you see on screen is directly in front of you and not being put on afterwards. It feels really loud and impactful, the action. And I've got to say, I enjoyed this film. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I've seen it. I do recommend it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I think if you're a fan of Heat, and I certainly am a fan of Heat, you might feel this film is being a bit disrespectful to that. I don't know, because it doesn't advertise itself as like a direct remake of that film, but it's definitely inspired by that film. So make of that what you will. So that's my review for Den of Thieves. I'd certainly enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. Thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you back for more reviews on Screen Stars.